Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome for the first time. Please take a look around my channel and see what other how-to videos you would like to see. Today I'm going to be showing you how to update your ceiling fans in your home. If you have a particular room you're trying to spruce up or change the look of, this is just the video for you if you have an old, outdated ceiling fan. Also, if you are on a budget, this is budget friendly and it beats going out paying between $150 to $249 for a brand new ceiling fan. Today I do have inspiration, so I will put that little clip right here. That's the fan, that's my inspiration. It's called the Hunter Bennett 52-inch fan. I believe you can purchase it from Bed Bath & Beyond, probably some other places, and the price I saw on it was $249.99. Yes. So that was not in the budget. A lot of you all know we are updating, renovating, remodeling 6 rooms in our home, and the ceiling fans were just not in the budget. So I'm going to update my ceiling fans with a DIY. I apologize, but my husband took the fan down before I could get a picture or a video of it. But I will in the thumbnail, and I'll try to insert a clip here of what the ceiling fan looked like. I'll go online and get a picture of it. But it was this beautiful, like mahogany cherry wood type wood finish, and it matched our old furniture, but we have changed the furniture, the color of the furniture too. So I have a video of how I painted my wood furniture, the dresser, chest of drawers, and 2 nightstands. So it was this color as well, but of course we're going for a different look. This was the side that was showing, and so this is the side that I'm going to use as far as painting. I love this wood grain in here, this texture, this design. So this is what I'm partially going for. So I'm going to be painting the fan using this PPG, and I have that in gray tabby. That is the color that I used for my furniture in the room. So I have a lot left over. What I did was I took it back to Home Depot and they lightened it up for me. And it still wasn't light enough, so the man told me to lighten it up with white satin paint, because that paint is satin, and he said if you add white satin paint in it, it'll lighten it up. So I put white satin paint. I got a little can of white satin paint, lightened it up, and I also painted my vanity in the bathroom and also the vanity mirror. So the fan will also be that color gray. And I'm going to also probably put a little bit of black acrylic paint in there, just a little bit, dots here and there, to get that wood grain look. I'm just going to do a sheer coating of paint so that some of that will kind of shine through, and you'll kind of get a, like you could see some of the wood grain streaks from that in the gray, and it'll be beautiful. Also, if your ceiling fan has a coating on it, a gloss or whatever, you want to use liquid sandpaper. And I purchased that from Home Depot. And it is just something that you wipe on with a cloth and, just wipe off. And it dries up. And then also for the hardware, for the base, for the little that holds the light bulbs and everything, and then your hardware, this is what I purchased: the Rust-Oleum Universal Metallic All-Surface Paint and Primer. I got one in flat antique nickel and one in titanium silver. So I kind of wanted a bright, silver. See which one I like the best, or I may combine the two together because they're both very pretty, but it's a certain kind of silver that I'm going for. Alright, so first of all, what you want to do is tape off with painter's tape or any kind of tape you have available. You don't want anything sticky, so painter's tape is the best. And you want to tape off your light sockets so that no paint will get in here and get anything damaged. And then using sandpaper, actual sandpaper, I'm sorry I don't have a picture of it here. Some people just go ahead and paint this if they have flat paint. I don't have flat paint. So I'm going to just take really thin sandpaper and just rough it up a little bit. And I'm also going to try this liquid sandpaper to see if this will also work. So whichever one works the best, I'll try a little test spot out of both of them on this base. And then I will use one or the other. But a lot of times paint will not stick on here because it's so slick and shiny. But you have to rough it up some and go ahead and spray it or paint it to make it stick. And the paint that I have has a primer in it, so that will not be a problem. So you guys, also you want to use a rag for any spills or anything like that, just an old rag that you have. Keep that around for spills or mess ups. Also, I purchased new pull cords from Home Depot as well. Alright guys, so let's get started. We're going to go ahead and get those blades cleaned off first. And all you do is dampen a cloth and get all the dust off. Clean it off real good and you'll be good to go there. Now that I'm done, I'm going to let the blades dry, and after they're dry, I'm going to put the liquid sandpaper on, just a little bit of light coating on both sides, on all sides, and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and tape off the sockets. Sockets are covered up. We're going to take the blades outside as well as the base hardware, and we're going to make sure everything is free of dust. As you can probably see, the base right there has a lot of dust on the inside because it was facing up on the ceiling. And even though you can't see anything, and I don't see a lot of dust, there's a little bit on the hardware and a little bit on there. So we're going to get everything clean, just wipe down with a damp cloth, and then we're going to start painting. Oops, I almost forgot, you all. Tape up this on the underside. You want to either put a plastic bag, maybe like a Kroger or grocery type bag, over that. Make sure the wires are inside. I have a piece of plastic here, but I'm going to tape this around here. I have to cut off some excess, of course, because I need this painted, but I am going to, tape it as thinly around this edge right here as possible so I can get as much paint on here that I can so that nothing gets damaged. Okay, now let's go downstairs to the garage, make sure all the dust is off of everything, and get to painting. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to test out which one is better. The liquid sandpaper to rough things up, or this little 3M sanding paper right here, and I'll let you know in a second. Alright guys, so here is the base, and I roughed this up with this little piece of sandpaper, and so I'm going to do that for the hardware down there too, and this part of the motor. And for my blades, I'm just going to use the liquid stripper, because this base and the metal part, it really needs some roughing up. Not a lot, just a good little small coating, but it just needs some roughage on it. I think the liquid sandpaper is better for the wood. Make sure after you sand metal that you wipe it down really good and get all the dustings off of there. It really needs to be wiped down good. Also, you guys, make sure that these screws that hold the light bulbs in are screwed all the way out, pretty much flush with this edge, so that they can get the maximum spray that they can. Hope y'all can see that. You also want to cover up the switch right here with tape. And if you want to cover up the symbol, you can, or if you want to spray it, if it won't match afterwards, you can go ahead and just spray it off. And one more thing, these pull cords that are attached to the motor, you want to leave them in there and spray that with the rest of the motor. I purchased more from Home Depot because I wanted a separate or a different ending on mine, a different decor pool. So that's going to snap on the end of this, but this is going to be painted with the rest of this. So I'm about to start spraying, and I'm using titanium silver. So I have the gray tabby paint right there that I painted my dresser with. And then I also have a little bit of black acrylic paint to help with the streaking, to make it look like wood grain if I need some. And then I also have white satin paint to add if I need to make it lighter in certain areas. First, I'm going to paint on a very thin coating of the gray tabby just to see what it's looking like with one thin coat, see if the grain shows through. So you almost have to put it on real thinly and then act like you're taking it off in another stroke in the opposite direction. It's coming out pretty good so far. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest the same way and see if I need to make any adjustments. Oh, look at that. They're coming out really good, really good. I may not have to use the black paint or anything. The wood grain is showing through. So yeah, I just might do them all just like this to have like a natural, almost like not a farmhouse feel. I'm going for farmhouse, but I was going for cozy glam because the hardware is going to be shiny. But this, I have some natural aspects in the room as well that this will go with. So let's see how it goes. Let's do some more. Also paint the edges. That way you'll have a coating on your edges. You don't have to do that thick. You can do that fairly thin as well. And here's what the hardware base are looking like right now. They came out really good. And let me tell you what I did. I first used the titanium silver on, and it was looking just a little bit too dull for me, a little bit too dark. It wasn't dark, but darker than what I wanted. I wanted it a little bit brighter, but not super chromy looking, if that makes sense. So I did have chrome already at home. This is Rust-Oleum Bright Coat Metallic Finish, and it is in chrome, as you can see by the top. So after this dried, I sprayed 2 coats on of the titanium silver, and I let them use the directions on the back of your can. You let them dry for a certain amount of time, usually about 30 minutes, and then you can spray again 30-45 minutes. So I did 2 coats of that, and then I put this chrome on very, very lightly. So it does not look, you know, over chromey. It doesn't look cheap or cheesy or anything like that. You just put a very light coat of the chrome and it brightens up this titanium silver. So I'm going to flip the hardware over and I'm going to spray the other side. Really don't think I need to spray on the inside of the base because that's not going to show, but we'll see. And here's what the blades are looking like. I'm sorry, I forgot to show you the blades. These are the blades, and look at that. They look amazing. So before, when I just had the titanium silver on, it wasn't enough contrast, and I wanted, you know, more brightness on the hardware to contrast with the blades. See the wood grain coming through? All I have to do was put one coat on there like I showed you, and that's what it came out like. So I don't have to go any further, but I am going to paint the other side. I am going to paint the other side gray, but this is the side that's going to be showing with the wood grain in it, and it looks really, really good. Here's what it looks like, you guys. It came out beautifully. It's all done. And these are the undersides that won't be showing. And then I have two more over there that are still drying. You can tell one is still wet. And let's go see what it looks like all assembled. So my husband is putting it back together so we can get it hung up. And guys, this is how my beautiful fan turned out. I am over the moon pleased with it. As you know, I used leftover paint from my bedroom furniture, all 4 pieces, and also from the vanity and mirror in my bathroom. This came out to be about not even $2 worth of that paint, plus the titanium silver that I used was kind of the top of the line. You can go cheaper. Mine was like $6.52. You can get $4, you know, spray paint. But yeah, it came out awesome. I also bought pull cords from Home Depot, and they were about $5. You don't have to use new pull cords. You can just, you know, spray them and use your old ones. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I hope you love this video.